7 missed calls on my phone, asking if I'm at home or alone. I just tell him I'm just getting in my zone with a couple folks who know to get it done. Listen, God one handles hoes like it sees. Never get us in the club for the praise.
We're gonna move it on. We're gonna move it on to the Yeet and Potatoes. What I like to call this Gunna album, Gifted and a Curse. And
I might get some chips for this.
Man, let me pull up my other notes because I had to get a whole other document for this. I know I'm not gonna say all this, but I was in the gym tweeting the storm, boy. Not tweeting, typing. And let me start off with saying this, okay? Let me start off this whole thing with saying this. The intro sets the tone of an album. And we get it. We're not stupid here. People don't listen to albums anymore, for real. People just really make them so they can just throw as much stuff at the wall. You release as many singles in one time and hope one or two of them goes off. No one cares about the album. No one does. You can't tell what they do. But if you put one out, the album Assassins, us three, we're going to hold you to it because you decided to do it. You know what I'm saying? So regardless, people are going and they're making an album. And when you make an album, the first song, the intro, sets the tone of the album. The intro of an album, should not give away the hand of what the album is. It should set you up to what to prepare for. It should not tell you exactly what the album is going to be. The entire one. You understand what I'm saying? One of the best intros that I love so much, and I'm going to talk about this album a lot on this channel. Y'all going to get used to it. It's The Pimp Butterfly. I'm like, you can listen to that intro and be like, oh, it's going to be a lot like this. But you are still shocked and surprised almost every track on where he's going. You know what I'm saying? And he just layers on top of that concept. With this one, the very first track was every other track. That is probably my main problem with this whole album. Is like, oh, this album really opened up the game to me. This is the reason why I got to these points about all these other songs. Because I'm like, no, this is what it is. Y'all are trying your best. Just like, okay, we know now that niggas really only like this kind of music right here. And we done scoped it so perfectly that we know what to do. And we know what we can be lazy about. It has to have this, and this. And we're going to make a whole 13 to 30 to 45 album doing nothing but that. And y'all going to listen to it because this man just got out of jail. Or this man just hit this girl. Or this man just did this crazy thing. You're going to listen to it because he's going to talk about everything he just did in the real world. And then out of one of those, y'all gonna mess with it. And whichever one y'all mess with a little bit, we're gonna put the streams on it. We're gonna make it go even higher. That's gonna make other people listen to it. And now y'all gonna guilt trip each other for not listening to it enough to where he's high. We're making money. Put his ass on tour, make it a t-shirt. That's what we got going on here. This one was a rough listen because it was such the same. It wasn't rough in the sense of it was horrible. It was horrible because it was rough, if you understand what I'm saying. Like we got, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me. I'm not a hater. Mean track. I think it was track 3. For some reason in the gym that hit me. I was doing something and I was like, why am I mad? But I'm getting through this set. I wasn't doing this, but I'm getting through this set, and I realized what it was. It was the fuck you mean? Like that was in the bit. I was like, oh man, that's kind of hard. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, yeah, nigga, fuck you mean? Like I say it all the time. And I was like, why do I like this? Like I literally stopped. I don't think I know I was on like rep 8, and I was like, why do I like this? I was like, wait a minute, I don't like this. I like that thing. And I'm listening to this song because of that thing right there. That's how they get them. They do all the little right stuff. And then one or two of those, maybe 3 or 4 of those. That's why they just randomly put singing in. They don't care when the singing comes in. Just put the singing in. Some niggas like that. And you put 2 of those in there, that's that nigga favorite song. Because what he got to compare it to? They're working together. You understand? What else they got to compare it to? I don't think I'm tripping. The bread and butter track, he over here. In the whole song, I'm sorry, the whole album, all he's doing is saying, like, I done learned my lesson from not paying attention and not reading. I'm like, bro, did you? Did you learn your lesson? I don't think you learned your lesson.
He learned.
That's all he did. And then you just got weird, like the turn your back tracks where you're just pretty much trying to cry, but it still sounds the same. And like saying things like, "Oh, I let you roll the weed. I let you roll the weed. You turn your back on me." I'm like, is that like a honor?
Is that how niggas connect?
Is it like grooming for apes? Like if this guy rolls the weed for you and he lets you hit it and stuff like that, like I would figure buying the weed would be more of that. The track I connected to the most by far was the last one, All Right, because the very first thing said was the sample, and it says, "Ah, a breath of fresh air," and I was like, it is a breath of fresh air. I'd have made it through this album. It's a breath of fresh air. Breathe it in, because it's over with.
Basking it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm basking in it. It was a tough listen. The best track on here to me was "Fuck You Mean," but only because of that, literally that part I enjoyed. And y'all know that's how I do my scoring, is if I enjoyed it or not. So that's where we at. I don't know. Les, am I tripping?
You are absolutely tripping. You are absolutely tripping.
I'm tripping?
You are tripping.
I'm tripping.
This album was extremely worse than how you describe it. But we got to get exact. I don't like saying things are worse, but we got to hit some things specifically. Number one, I think when it comes to projects like this, the producers are always got to come up because it's trap music. So if the beats are trash, we got a problem. This is some of Turbo's worst work. Like I am just thoroughly disappointed.
I knew he was going to get into it. That's why I didn't say nothing about it.
Oh man, I was like, dude, like for everyone involved, like there's like nine. I think it's like 9 producers that I can find on here. Most of them don't really have careers like that, but either way, I'm like, yo, these beats are mid as hell. Like this is a trap album. You guys suck. Like this is terrible. Like I'm not bobbing my head. Like I'm at least like a bad trap album. I'm just going like this.
A little bit.
This I was just like, why is everything so midishly nothing? It was really sad. So for it to be Turbo, like I follow Turbo. I was like, yo, like this man comes up with some pretty dope stuff every now and then, and just this was some of his worst stuff. I was like, bro, you shouldn't have posted that you did this project. You really shouldn't have. The best thing on there production wise was Back to the Moon, and I was just like, I hated that song so much because it's like it was really because of Gunna. But I was like, man, I love how this track hit at the beginning. I was like, oh.
What song is not because of Gunna? That's all I want to know, bro. But keep going. I'm sorry.
Like this project made me ask some serious questions like throughout it. Like the first question was, would I rather be bored or do coke? I think I'll just be bored, but that's this project and most music. I think when people do it.
I'm sorry, that's not such an easy question for some people.
It really isn't. I think because the music is like that. They're like, I can keep listening to this, or I can do some coke and listen to this music. I'm gonna do some coke.
If you did some coke and then you listen to this album, I'm pretty sure it'll mellow you back to being sober.
It probably would. But top of this project. First off, we have to go to Jeopardy first. So Jeopardy, rap culture for 5,000. Good one. Rap culture for 5,000. Originally titled Confessions of a White Girl Snitching on Theyself. Got it. What is How to Snitch on Yourself in 2023? That's Gunna's album. Correct. This project was this nigga snitch on himself for snitching. I was like, nigga, you snitch. Like, this obviously sounds like a white girl who's like, don't say it was me. It would hurt my feelings. Like, don't. But I trap with the best of them. These beats are hard. These beats are not hard. You ain't hard. Stop singing. You can't sing. This is just all around bad. But I still gave it a fair chance, I think. But after the first 2 tracks, I had so many more questions. I was like, is this what we doing? Why is he so mid? Why is he doing this? Why am I listening to this? Then I Don't Know No More came up, and I was like, that's right.
Boy, that
I don't.
That one right there. That's when I started. I had to replay the album because by that point I was like, zoning out. I was like, wait, did I listen to that? Like, oh man.
Right. I had to realize that I was never missing a track. Then Cash one, I was like, I think this actually is the same 808 from Cash by Megan Thee Stallion. I think it's the same 808. And I thought to myself, I was like, you should have got 21 Savage for this. And then the Mean came up, and I was like, you should have got DC Young Fly for this track. He would have did a better job than you. And just have him on the track going like, the Mean. I'd have been like, that'd been better. I've never been so annoyed by a track than this one. It made me want to say, nigga, stay your ass off of all the sources. Stay your ass off of all rhyme.com. Any other place where words. Nigga, stop rhyming words that have no reason to be rhyming with each other. You can't rap. Stop it.
This nigga right here, he said, I can have
a rap song.
He said, talking crazy like they smoking angel dust. I can have them boys leaking out red stuff.
I was like, shut up. Like, what are you doing?
No.
Like, what are you doing?
Bars.
By this point, I agreed to myself that the Durk album was way better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Born Rich, that was a failed bop. And I forgot what a failed bop sounds like. I was like, you thought this was going to be a little hit on here. Because this has nothing to do with your fucking project. But you still did it. This was donkey dick. Let's continue. At this point in the project, I was like, I just realized this nigga doesn't really make phrases. Like, he doesn't really make good musical phrases at all. Where are the phrases? And then the track came up, I was just thinking you trash. I was just thinking you are pretty damn trash. This album definitely gets a 1.0 for me. And the only thing that gets that 1.0 is this. The mixes were cool. I was like, I actually like where a lot of this stuff sits in the mix. I just hate that your voice is the thing in the front. But it's not because your voice sounds the worst or shouldn't be in that place. I just don't like you. But the mixes overall were pretty okay. I went back and listened to the project again, like the certain tracks. I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Put it in the car. I was like, nope, this 808 is hitting. This shit is knocking. The production is just whack. I'm just not happy with this. And on my butter, stop the phonies. Like, I was like, dude, you cap. Where's Butters when you need him? And I have to say, this is probably the worst rap album of 2023.
Hot take?
It's really not that hot. It's not.
Bro, he did to himself.
There's really not a lot of good albums out.
It's really bad.
So
it's not a lot of good albums, but you said, hey man, I'm gonna be the worst one. It was really bad. It was just honestly, it was disrespectful to his XXL class. Like, I was like, dude, you came out with some niggas that were all like, hey bro, we about getting this money, we about making hits, and not necessarily being good, but I was like, that's what y'all were about. This has no hits. It ain't good. It don't knock nothing. I was like, yeah, oh my God. Let alone, like, he came from probably the best XXL class in the last 8 years. And that doesn't mean they were good, but they were like, yo, we make hits, bro. And it's just sad. So my last question to you guys about this project, I had 2 questions. Which was better? Read a book, nigga. Read a mother book. Like that song, like just that song, or this album?
If you really want my honest answer, I would say they're about equally ass.
Well,
it's really hard. They're pretty equal. But I'll tell you one thing. I was more attentive to Read a Book, nigga, than this entire album, essentially. Some parts where the soundscape, some of the production on this album at points in time were actually pretty good. And I was surprised. And I was like, oh. And then they will go right back to the formula. And I'm just like, damn. Just had to fuck it up. At the beginning of Born Rich, I was like, okay, cool. This sounds like some out there eclectic type. Now I'm going back to being Gunna.
Do that again. Do that again. Do that again.
Whatever the that nigga be doing. Look, man. All I'm saying is.
Wait, I want a question.
You have another question. Go ahead.
Cheat on your girl, or you can only listen to this album for the rest of your life.
I'm cheating on my girl.
Yeah. I can't.
I'm cheating on my girl.
I can't, in all honesty, live my life knowing that when I want to ride in my car, I gotta put on Gift and a Curse. When I want to have sex with my future wife, I gotta put on Gift and a Curse. When my child is born, I gotta play them Gift and a Curse. When they graduate from high school or college, I'm playing Gift and a Curse. When I want to celebrate,
I can't hear prayers either.
No. Well, it's not songs, so
It's not songs. It's not songs. It just sounds like it to me. But no. Yeah. I'm
no.
wifey, I love you, but no.
I think she'll understand.
This is the album, babe. No. Here you go. Shit, I cheat on you too.
I'd be like, hey, you know what? We're done, but it's cool.
Yeah, we're done. It's like, it's a wrap. I get it.
Now she should forgive me.
It's cool. I get it.
But yeah, overall, worst rap album of 2023. I'm just like, this is you won, bro. You won, bro. You won Donkey of the Year.
Donkey of the Year.
This is terrible.
Man, that's a. I mean, I still say that's a hot take. I mean, there's a lot of people gunning for that spot right now, but maybe you're right.
Gunna is gunning for it. I was like, no, bro, no.
What's up, KR? What you think? I know you agree on some things.
One more hot take. Sexy Red's album is better.
We'll find out next
episode.
I have not listened to one track on that album, so I have no idea if that's a true statement or not. But
yeah,
you know, Lil Pump dropped the album this year. We might have to check that out.
Yeah, the Lil Pump too.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm serious. No, I'm dead ass. It's the name of time. I'm serious.
No, I know. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's Lil Pump too.
I was like, Les looked at me like, I was like, no, I'm serious. Like,
no, yeah.
Lil Pump too. The one that he got his fame with was Lil Pump 1. That's the one everyone knew about. Yeah.
Ice Spice album got to be better than this.
No, let's just.
Got to be.
No.
Let's pause.
This is terrible.
I don't have to listen to Ice Spice album to know it's not better than this. But
you really think that Ice Spice album is worse than Gunna?
I think it's worse. Yeah, I think it's worse.
Well, Leslie would disagree with you.
No way.
I haven't listened to it, but I think it's probably worse.
No way.
Well, let the fans decide.
Who's better rapper, Ice Spice or Gunna?
Ice Spice.
Stop.
Nah, like, no, like, no, stop.
Now? No,
Bruh.
absolutely not.
Bruh, here's the thing. When it comes to Gunna, I thought that Gunna was stripped too hard when fucked this folk don't look around all the way. That's Lil Baby. I don't even like Gunna's part on that song.
You don't like Hot?
I was like, oh, this is what Gunna does? I never listen to anything else from this nigga.
You don't like Hot with him and Young Thug?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
So when I listened to this album, I was like, oh, this is Gunna. This is what this guy do. I hate this nigga. I only like him on Heat.
Hey, He in his mood.
Here's what I'll say.
I'm not a fan of Gunna at
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. First and foremost, you can go back and listen to his catalog if you really want to find out if he's a better rapper or not. That's up to you. I listened to some of his catalog and I'm
Was
like,
he rapping on this album?
that's it, huh?
Was he rapping on this album?
Was he rapping on this album?
Yeah.
To me?
or factually.
I was like, look, I'm not gonna say
y'all know Gunna's
look,
Is this how Gunna raps?
Hey,
Is this
hey,
new Gunna?
hey, I'm not gonna sit here and vouch for Wunna, which is his second album, I think, or DS4. I'm not gonna sit here and rep none of them. I'm not gonna tell you, hey man, go back and listen to this. This is what Gunna's spitting. Gunna don't spit. Gunna just does Gunna. And that's fine.
Did you do Gunna in this?
I say, look, let's be very clear here. Gunna is
Answer my question.
Wait, what was the question? What's the question?
Is this Gunna on this album? Is he doing what Gunna do?
Yeah, for sure.
I hate Gunna. Gunna
sure.
trash.
For sure, yeah.
Gunna doing the trash.
Do you think that I think he's not trash? I just think Ice Spice is a dumpster. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But then again, I'm not a fan of New York rap at all right now. I think it's like think about the New York rap that you know it to be versus where it is now. But yeah, Ice Spice is New York. Yeah, it's like I don't know.
She was like London or something.
No, she's New York.
She's American.
Yeah, she's American as hell. But that's New York.
Where did they
They
find
don't play. Yeah, they're all from the same spot. New York.
There are conspiracies that she's just a bot. Like she might not even be a human. Like this is very strange.
Ice Spice?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
an industry plant.
I don't know.
That nigga a munch.
I don't know what it is, but Gunna that nigga low key reminds me. I'm trying to figure out what he reminds me of what he looked like. He looked like somebody or something. I can't remember what he looked like.
I don't know, like she looked like
She's like a Gengar.
Yeah. No, that's close.
That's close. That's close.
I'm
That's
telling you what
close.
it's like. He looks like you remember Monsters Inc. He looks like Randall.
The purple thing.
That's okay. That's in the ballpark. What about the purple thing in the McDonald's TV show?
Grimace.
Grimace.
Why are all of our things purple?
I don't know. I mean, hey man.
That's been racist.
I'll tell you one thing though. This nigga, whoever he went to do his orthodontist surgery, they pristine clean. This nigga teeth crazy.
Crazy.
Nigga,
I need that nigga. Right. On God.
I'm like, damn, bro. Like, god damn, but you paid a lot for them teeth. But I'll try my best to keep this short, guys. A gift and the curse. Let's just put like trick or treat, a gift or curse. Curse. That's what he gave to us. No problem. So you already know Turbo introduced the whole album. Back at it. Once again, one of the worst Turbo's work. Back to the Moon. I'm trying to be nice here. Intentionally delicate, intentionally softer. Basically telling people that no one can with him. That's cool. But overall ass. And then you have the another little track from Gunna. So trap it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no more. Don't really give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of like literally back and forth. First he's on some trap shit that's like hard, boom, bap, pow. You hear the 808s and everything, and then he goes into this R&B thing, and that's the main part I have a problem with. Well, a lot of new artists out right now that are doing this trap soul type of thing, or just like this moody trap, like a ballad in a sense. Like there's always a point in time where these trap niggas or a drill, because I don't know, because Lil Durk to me is a drill artist. Apparently, I didn't know that. But somewhere in their album, when they're trapping it out, they're like, I gotta just show people I can do the ballad. I gotta show them, like, you know, like R&B albums, like they'll be like, okay, this is to prove that you actually a ballad, like you actually a good singer. There'll be a ballad on the album. You'll be like, okay, this person can sing. I feel like in this generation, they're like, I gotta do the trap ballad so niggas know I'm for real. I just don't get why they have to do it. I'm like, bro, most of the time it turns out bad. That's the truth. It doesn't turn out good.
You know what's funny? Gunna was on a trap ballad that really worked out before.
What? Which one are you talking about?
Close Friends.
He started off as close friend. Which part was he? That nigga sound very similar.
Yeah, he was the second verse in that one.
Yeah. That's not really I would call that more of a bob. That's more of a bob. I don't call that a trap ballad. They kind of go, they like, bro, you know when they say on ballads, like I said, R&B, they be like, this person's going for it. They're going for it. In close friends, they are not going for it. They're like, this is a bop. Okay, fine. You can say it. Listen to Cash. We know what you think. This nigga's going for it, and it was hot, or it was hot ass garbage.
Well, there weren't any features on this album, were there?
Huh?
There weren't any features, right?
No.
Let me go through.
Big mistake.
Let me. Mean, you should look at him. We should look at him like, what you mean? That's what the was. Like, nah, bro. Bottom, an unnecessary anthem about the same everyone go through. Everyone in the world goes to the bottom at some point in time. I don't care what anybody says. You can have as much money in the world. I promise you, if you didn't earn it, there's a bottom point for you too. It doesn't matter. God don't cheat nobody. So you pushing out this narrative in the trap world. Guess what, nigga? You are the 146th mother rapper to do it. And the problem is with the fact that you're doing the same narrative is that you are undoubtedly ass. That's the problem. You can't spit like that lyrically and expect someone to respect what the you have going on. So I don't care you started from nothing. Your product is still nothing. That's the problem. So
That's his problem.
That's his problem. And I love how the production try to be like low-key symphonic. And I'm just like, why are you doing this for this ass of a nigga? Like, this nigga is obviously the triangle in an entire symphony, and he should only play the triangle when it's asked for. And that's, I don't know, maybe 5 times. And for some odd reason, a nigga that has 63 singles as features, like him as a feature artist, we all know Gunna and what he's acclaimed to from his features, not really his projects. That's not what you know him for. Because last time I checked, when was the last Gunna project that went platinum? Because the first one went silver. That's the truth. I'm not trying to be mean. It's the truth. So when you're not going platinum, that's just what it is. If you're not going platinum, then you're not really. It's not an acclaimed album that people actually fuck with. They're just like, okay, I liked it for the time because they all peaked out at number 1. All of his albums peaked out at number 1 on hip hop. Like they were the number 1 album in the country. All of them peaked out, but none of them remained there long enough or got the views because we all know the truth behind it. Gunna is a feature artist, and that's what he gets most of his acclaim to. I don't really need to go through the rest of this album in my notes and things like that. We all know what it was, so I'll just get to the overarching points. I don't like this album at all. It's pretty much representation of what albums are nowadays. This is nothing new. That's another album that's, to me, nothing new. This doesn't make me want to listen to your music anymore. And you're promoting the same things and the same messages, like about not being a snitch, about how niggas turn their back on you, and how you're going to get up from the bottom and all thing in the most ass way possible. So I don't understand why you even did it. Like, you should, like, the fact that you had no features to kind of clarify that there's another way of looking at what you're trying to look at, which is it's a very similar narrative to a lot of rappers. You said, no, I'm going to do it myself. But the problem is you asked. We're in a generation where people believe that the content is more important than the music itself. The story of what Gunna is coming back from matters more than what the music is putting out. Because if they didn't, he wouldn't do a whole 15-project album where it all sounds like the same mid-ass shit. And it makes you think about it. Well, who's another artist doing that? Damn, that's a lot of artists in the industry that put out albums. Unfortunately, that's Lil Durk. That's Lil Baby. That's Da Baby. There's so many people doing the same things. There's so many people doing that T-Pain. It's like, do something different. Well, I was in my car. I tell you, I promise you, I screamed in my car at least 5 times listening to this album. And it was always this as I screamed. The album will be playing, a minute will go through, a minute and a half will go through, and I'll be like, what am I listening to? What's going on? Like, what's happening right now?
Absolutely.
Why am
I ain't gonna flex.
I literally screamed out, "Oh my gosh!" so many times on this album.
I ain't gonna lie. I got to a stoplight and I turned it off because someone looked at me. You know, I was like, "You ain't gonna
listen to that. Good luck.
You ain't gonna catch me.
You ain't gonna catch me out here. I ain't gonna be out here down bad like this."
But that right there, that point right there that I'm talking about the same points, but it's done in an ass way, shows me that your artistry is not up to par, and that you're feeding into what people like technically want, or like what they think they want, whatever the case. I don't even know if that's even true. But when it comes down to it, there's not even a single on this album. Like, to me, I'm just like, I think he just put out a song and it was literally a single, like factually a single. Like, hey, I put a song off this album. This is a single.
Yes.
I never listened to one song on that album. I was like, this is single worthy. This is a little bop. This is a vibe. This is hard. This is something that's a club banger. This is just Gunna. That's it. This is just Gunna. Gunna put out a song. Great job, Gunna. Awesome. Great
job, Gunna.
Features on there is because the budget got a little short, because a lot no one wants to invest in what you got going on, because it's quite frankly ass. So the only reason that this album to me is getting any type of clout or anything is because this nigga just recently got out of jail after being there for 6 months. So people want to hear, hey, I wonder what his perspective is on the whole situation. Did you snitch? Are you this? Are you that? And we found out, just to be honest with you, he's everything. He's a snitch. He's ass. He's trying to figure things out. He came from the bottom. Nothing new. We already knew this about Gunna. We know Gunna's whole entire backstory based on the case that he was just in.
Oh wait,
what?
there's one thing I forgot about this.
Are you learning something new? Tell me.
Let's learn something new. Did y'all know that Gunna has a platinum album?
A platinum album?
Platinum mixtape.
Platinum mixtape. Wow, interesting.
That's impressive. What was it?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not. I'll say it now. I'm not gonna.
You know, it's funny. We mentioned a song from the mixtape. Close Friends was on a mixtape he did with Lil Baby.
Okay. Oh, is that Heroes thing?
No, that's Lil Baby and Dirt.
Oh.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll say. I'll give the positives now, because there was a lot of shit to get through. But I could honestly hear. Well, yeah, I can honestly hear the honesty. I can hear the authenticity. I can hear the somewhat urgency on this album. I can honestly hear the truth on this album. But I will also say this. It was honestly ass. It was authentically ass. It was semi-urgently ass. And it was truthfully ass. So just because you're saying all the things that are true in your world doesn't mean it's not ass. And that's the problem that I think most people have when it comes to evaluating music. He's an artist that acquired most of his fame through the features that he was on. Not really because of his own artistry when it comes to his projects. Like I said, no platinum albums. He got platinum mixtape, just found that out. That's cool. But I never heard anyone talk to me about, hey man, this project right here is what separates Gunna from the rest of these niggas. No, he just got famous. That's cool. I get it. Getting famous is cool. It doesn't separate you musically from anyone else. It just means that you're here. You're part of the Brady Bunch now, of a bunch of ass niggas.
We in here. The Booty Bunch.
Dog ass nigga. Then that's fine. If you want to be the top dog ass nigga, cool. Whatever, bro. So the question that I really have, are these the type of albums being created because of this is what the masses want? Or do you guys think it's because of limited creativity and artistry? Because I feel like this generation has a really hard time accepting that some people are just not that good, and they complain about it and they say, no, this is just different. But then I say, bring forth what you deem to be different. Bring forth the mainstream nigga. Bring him. And this is the album you put out. Can you really blame the old niggas for saying that this is ass and this is what you present to me?
But see, this is a losing argument when you talk to somebody like that because they have no recollection of what was before. You understand? When a tyrant comes into a country and they're deeming their power, one of the things that they do is control the past because he who controls the past controls the future. But what do you do when the person you're talking to has no recollection of the past, i.e. the culture of hip hop? And the nigga who they think is old school is Lil Wayne. And they don't listen to Lil Wayne because he's old. So they listen to people who are new. And the oldest person that they listen to, who was around the time of Lil Wayne, they're Jay-Z from Tupac era, or they're Jay-Z from Biggie era, is Drake. Because Lil Wayne is old, but Drake was around during Lil Wayne. Just like you could say that Jay-Z is old, but he was around the time of Biggie Small. So when Drake is who you listen to for, that's the grandfather, and he's on top of the game, just like Lil Wayne was on the top of the game when we were younger. This is not that far off. And granted,
like that, that's kind of
when Drake makes music, we can all agree that it's not rocket science, but he has developed a skill set and he has a formula, but his just works better. Like I don't want to listen to a whole Drake album. I don't. And every now and again he can write a bar that I'm like, okay, that was pretty cool, you know. But that has gotten less and less over time, and now he's just trying to make hits. He's just making hits. Whatever. You're a big fan, not a big fan, that's on you. That's cool. But at least his works. There is a sense of quality to it. I just don't particularly like it. But if somebody said, hey, Drake is my favorite rapper, I'm confused, but I'm not mad. If somebody said that Gunna is their favorite rapper, I'm confused and mad. I'm just like, nah, but you don't know what I know. And I'm not going to be the guy who's like, listen to this. Now, listen, if you're trying to be a musician, then that's just your job. So to answer your question, my guy, I think it's a little bit of both, but more so, I believe these are the albums coming out because this is what is allowed. People will always pick the path of least resistance. At least most people will, including people trying to make money. I'm not trying to find this new established artist and he's breaking the realms and he's changing rap music and he's so nice, because that's not going to get me money. What's going to get me money is you doing what I tell you to do. And it looks like you're a little wild. I can buy you out of any trouble that you really get in. And if you get into enough trouble, I'm going to let you get into it. So when we get you out, or if you get out, boom, I'll make that money. Even if you don't get out, we're going to release some of your things that you didn't release, and we're going to make money off of that. So you're going to make music in jail anyway, so you still owe me money. I'm going to put you on a circle. Like, people just making money. The heart of it has been gone for a while, but we were still getting some fumes of it. But this is not it. I mean, even people who are trying now, you don't even get a breath of it, because we are no longer in that generation where we have the huge spending power. We're working our way out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 20s is really people who are starting to make money, who don't know what to do with it, and they buying whatever, and they spend all these monies on tickets and everything like that. A few people in their 30s, you know, shout out to Uncle Les, 29. But we're leaving that. So who they're targeting and who they're making music for and who they're making movies for and who they're doing all this stuff for is starting to get out of us and going towards them.
Internet raised babies.
Internet raised babies. You understand? We were the last generation, truthfully, who grew up before the internet was really crazy. Like, there was internet, but you probably didn't even know when you were growing up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really know that the internet was a thing growing up. You might have had a computer game or something. You know what I'm saying? And then the internet was a thing that you took your AR test on. You didn't really fuck with the internet like that. You went to go outside. You went to do stuff. You had a Game Boy, and then we moved on to that. The generation underneath us, they knew what the internet was for sure. YouTube was busting by that point. It's a different world out there now. So we have to.
YouTube start.
YouTube started in 2006, I think.
Yeah, we saw it start.
We saw it start. Yeah, we're older than YouTube. There's some people who are not older than YouTube.
And they can go to the club.
I mean, not legally, but they going.
2007?
2006.
2007. That would make them what? 16?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait a minute.
You gotta be 18 to go to the club.
Yeah, 2007 to 23, about 16 years, right?
17 years.
So they're about to.
They're
17?
about to go to the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 17.
Hmm?
You said 17?
I didn't say nothing.
I
You
said
said
17.
17. It's 16.
It's
Am I tripping?
2023.
2023, 2007.
2006.
2006.
I looked at 2006. I looked at 2007. Oh,
Yeah, 2006. But I mean,
They about to get into the degenerate side.
but listen here though. I mean, we got my boy Music Soul Child released a song with Hit Boy, or released the album with Hit Boy, a joint album
When?
this year. Victims and Villains.
It's ass.
We didn't even hear about it.
It's ass.
We didn't even hear about it. Tyrese released a track. Didn't even hear about it.
I mean, these dudes are old, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's what we're now stepping into, and hopefully with grace, is in the realm where the music from people that we just know. Like, there was a point where you didn't really have to go search for music. You just knew who was hot because you were young, and it was just in your range of vision. I don't remember being in middle school, high school, early college, and having to look anybody up for sure. There was just people who were out, and I knew that they were out. I don't even know how that happened. But now I find myself being like, oh, this is missing me. Like, I got to go look up stuff. And I just don't like the product half the time. But like I said on the first podcast, how I said on the second one, I am going to find some podcasts that I like. I'm not podcasts, a rapper that I like. Somebody who came out in the last 5 to 8 years. And I'm going to be like, y'all, we got one.
5 to 8.
Speaking of,
This you like?
yeah, that I like because y'all know, KR asked me a question the other day on the phone. He was like, "Who's the most recent rapper that's come out that you like give the stamp of approval to? Like you're like, oh, I like this dude. I'm low key a fan of this dude." And the last one that I could think of was Chance the Rapper. That's the most recent one I could think of, which I believe makes me kind of a hater. There has to be somebody with all these rappers coming out that I have to enjoy. But at the same time, if the industry really is what I think it is, I don't know.
I like what's I would say there's maybe one.
Gunna?
Like I said, I liked them for a project. It wasn't for like. Nah,
Sorry. Quick side note. I saw that Gunna is a multi-nominated Grammy artist. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He got nominated, and I saw a tweet that said that he had his Grammy took it from him because of somebody dying.
What does that mean?
It means that they gave the Grammy away to someone because they died.
Mac Miller?
No, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you, that song "Higher," I'm not saying he didn't deserve the Grammy. I'm just saying the song was it was cool. But to be honest with you, the other songs up there were "The London" by Young Thug, J. Cole, and Travis Scott, Panini, Lil Nas X, "Ballin" by Mustard, not DJ Mustard, just Mustard, and "Drip Too Hard" by Lil Baby and Gunna.
Let me tell you something. I'm very happy that I'm not well versed in Gunna. So for anyone that says anything about like, hey, you don't really know Gunna's like stuff, I'll be like, cool, I get it. And then to me, since we're all not well versed in it, I'm about to say I would imagine. So I just know some of your singles, literally, and I don't even remember the names of these singles. I just know that you're on them. That would probably make me the best ear for when I listen to a project of his.
He's dog doo-doo.
And if you guys like this right here,
You got a problem.
we can rap.
Or maybe we're wrong. If we're wrong, let us know in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and at me. I don't care. Follow us on
That shit
Twitter.
will pass.
Follow us on Instagram. falls on TikTok.
Wait. Before we get too far into the comments, I have to ask y'all one more question so y'all can know where we're at. What's a better melodic rap performance? Hotline Bling or Ultralight Beam?
Say what?
These melodic?
Melodic rap performance.
Melodic rap performance.
I'm not. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not. What part of Ultralight Beam are you talking about melodically? Talking about the singing? I guess it would have to be that.
Yeah.
Is an honor presented? Let's see. For quality,
I think what they're literally looking for is literally Hotline. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Quality songs on which rappers and singers collaborate.
Oh, well, we're talking about both. Then it's Ultralight Beam. It's not close.
Yeah.
Ultralight Beam lost the Grammy for that year to Hotline Bling.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Anyway, if we're tripping, let us know in the comment section. You know, at me, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, my house. Come try to find me. Y'all ain't gonna find me. And just let us know if we're tripping. We could be the biggest haters on the internet, or we will be the voice of the old generation speaking out against where this culture is headed. I've been Steve the Poet. That's Uncle Les. And that's KR. And this is You Know What's Up.
You know what's up.
If you have any...
37 missed calls on my phone, asking if I'm at home or alone. I just tell them I'm just getting in my zone with a couple folks who know to get it done. Listen, got one handles hoes like it sees. Never get us in the club for the free. Day one got me famous on the gram though. Got another who stays up in vandals. Popping bottles with my best friend. Rolling loud with my best friend.
Yeah.
I pull a crowd with
Good
my best
living
friend.
night.
Like I'm in a movie starring me and my best friend.